Hello and welcome to episode 21 of Murkey's Halftime Tea. This episode is called A Tale of Disruption and Evasion. I will tell it a bit like a story, with helpful clips to indicate what's going on. Before I start, the only thing I'd like to clarify is the idea behind Disrupt and Evade. The idea is a sneaky recon type person can hold up a much larger force by shooting one or two people, throwing some grenades, and then running away and hiding before catching up with the enemy infantry and doing the same again, and surviving as long as possible whilst holding down the largest amount of enemy infantry they can. The idea being that you then retard their progress, and it's a lot of fun. You need to be pretty lucky in this case, or pretty good at hiding, but this is a good example of when it goes right. So, without further ado, let's have a look. Once upon a time, on Fool's Road, our hero, young Murkey, is running with a mortar squad with some of his 3DAC friends. They initially get attacked by a militia technical, but make short work of them. After helping shovel up the mortars, the ever-adventurous Murkey offers to go scout ahead and provide intelligence. He leaves helicopter base on the north side of the map and decides to carry on up the very northern edge all the way to the final defensive enemy position around Militia Fortress. But wait, what's this? A quick stop before moving on to the enemy defensive flag. After he hears the chirp of a lone marksman, he decides to pay him a little visit. Young Murkey is back on the road, but given he's just one man, his main priority should be avoiding enemy infantry. Don't worry, that's not me. That's some of the blue guys who are unfortunately engaging in an infantry battle nearby. This is not necessarily a good example of evasive behavior, but sometimes the hardest part is getting into the area of operations. Normally, tales of Disrupt and Invade involve engaging with the enemy as they move through the terrain towards their objective. If this story is to be believed, I hear tell young Murkey is attacking a defensive position and therefore must move around the flag to avoid capture or destruction. Here we see young Murkey arrive at his destination, the area of operations, with his primary objective, in theory, being relaying intelligence to the friendly mortar squad with whom he is playing. After calling in mortars, let's see if Murkey can resist the adventurer's call to arms. It would appear as though young Murkey, the adventurer, the hero of the piece, is unable to resist the bloodlust, and so it is time for the Disrupt and Evade to begin. Murkey takes out one of the startled guards before fleeing through the southern entrance. The guards, in their confusion, team kill each other. Murkey, after hiding for several minutes, returns to the scene of the crime. Moving clockwise around the northern side of the defensive position, Murkey then hunts more enemy infantry. After hiding for several minutes, Murkey then returns to the western side, where he hears suspicious shoveling noises. The same guard, fat-headed from too much pipe leaf or mead at the local tavern, is slayed before Murkey continues with his oft-repeated pattern of Disrupt and Evade. Murkey was wounded in the previous engagements and happens upon, by chance, enemy militiamen, complete with field dressings and ammo bags. Murkey is now back on the eastern side of the flag, blessed by Lady Luck, replenished with ammo and field dressings. He hears the footsteps of what he assumes is a single enemy rifleman. Once again, the hero, young Murkey, flees the scene of the crime, moving on the northern side of the flag. But alas, alack, all good stories, and this one, must come to an end. Lady Luck had smiled on Murkey for an extended period of time. He'd shot a lot of people and had a lot of fun, but unfortunately, one's number is eventually called. But weep ye not of stout heart and learned mind, providing you learn and take heed from the information passed on to you today, all will not have been in vain. For example, here we see the enemy infantry now at large upon their final flag, engaging the friendly infantry who are attempting to approach. The militia are safe in the knowledge that their progress will go unmolested by any lone adventurers upon their fortification. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.